turn the volume up, take a deep breath, let everything else fade for just a moment, because what you're about to hear isn't just a story meant to pass time. It isn't celebrity gossip. It isn't headlines or red carpets or award shows sound bites. This is the kind of story that reaches into your chest, wraps around your heart, and stays there long after the last word is spoken. This is the story of Jennifer Hudson, a woman whose voice feels ancient, like it has lived many lives before this. 1. A voice that doesn't just sing notes, but carries memories, pain, faith, survival, and love. Even if you've never met her, her voice feels familiar, like something you've always known. Jennifer Hudson's life cannot be separated into neat categories of success and struggle. Her career and her personal journey are stitched together so tightly that you can't pull one apart without unraveling the other. Every song she sings carries echoes of what she has lived through. Every achievement stands beside a moment of loss. Every standing ovation exists in the same space as her grief. Her voice is where it all lives. Every triumph, every tear, every blessing, every heartbreak. That's why the moment she received a Grammy nomination for The Gift of Love was never just about music. To the outside world, it looked like a routine announcement, another name added to a list during award season. But to Jennifer, it felt like something far bigger, something spiritual, something impossible to ignore. The nomination arrived on the exact day her mother was born. Some people would call that coincidence. Jennifer Hudson does not. Not after everything she's lived through, not after everything she's lost, not after everything she survived. To her, that moment felt like a message, a reminder, a gentle but powerful embrace from the heavens. It felt like her mother whispering, "I see you. I'm proud of you. Keep going." You know Jennifer's story? That realization hits differently, sends chills down your spine. Because this wasn't just timing, it was meaning. But to understand why this moment mattered so deeply, we have to go back, way back. Before Hollywood, before Oscars, before Grammy stages and global fame, back to Chicago. Jennifer Hudson was not born into fame. That there was no silver spoon, no famous last name, no industry shortcut waiting for her. She didn't grow up backstage or on movie sets. She grew up surrounded by faith, family, and a mother whose belief in her daughter was as essential as air. In Jennifer's home, music wasn't entertainment. It was survival. It was tradition. It was culture. It was worship. Church wasn't optional. It was central. Picture a young Jennifer sitting in the pews, her feet barely touching the floor, surrounded by gospel harmonies so rich they felt like a warm blanket around her soul. Music wasn't something she learned, it was something she absorbed unsettled. And then one day she stood up, too small to see over the choir stand, too young to understand the power she carried. She opened her mouth and the room changed. Grown adults looked at each other in disbelief. What was that? Did you hear? That was Jennifer. A voice far too big for such a tiny body. A sound that didn't just fill the room, it filled hearts. Her mother heard it immediately. Not just the talent, but the purpose behind it. She didn't see a singer. She saw a calling. Jennifer's mother made sure her daughter understood that. Her voice wasn't just meant to impress people, was meant to serve something greater. That belief followed Jennifer everywhere. So when Jennifer walked into auditions years later, local shows, cruise ships, small stages, and eventually American Idol, she didn't walk in alone. She carried her upbringing, her faith, her mother's prayers, her family's sacrifices, and her childhood dreams with her. When the world finally saw her on American Idol, standing before Simon Cowell, Randy Jackson, and Paula Abdul, singing with fearless intensity, they saw raw talent. What they didn't see was everything behind it. She didn't win the competition. But Jennifer Hudson was never meant to win a TV show. She was meant to be a force, and the world felt it. The rise was meteoric. After American Idol, doors opened quickly. Roles appeared, opportunities multiplied. Then came Dreamgirls, a performance so powerful it earned her an Academy Award and etched her name permanently into history. Jennifer Hudson had arrived, but purpose is rarely delivered without cost. While her career soared, life was quietly preparing its hardest test in 2008. Jennifer Hudson experienced a loss so devastating that it shattered her world. Her mother, her brother, her nephew, taken by unimaginable violence. A tragedy so profound that words barely touch it. Fame didn't protect her. Success didn't soften the blow. Awards didn't heal the pain. She disappeared from the spotlight. Because she wanted to, but because survival demanded it. The world watched silently as Jennifer rebuilt herself, piece by piece. And somehow, through grief that would break most people, she found a way to keep going. Years passed. Success returned. She became more than a singer. She became an EGOT winner, a global icon, a symbol of resilience, but something changed. Jennifer slowed down. She stopped chasing music. She stopped forcing creativity. Didn't release a full studio album, not because she couldn't, but because she refused to create without truth. She needed space. She needed healing. She needed to rediscover her voice from the inside out. And when she finally returned to the studio, everything was different. The Gift of Love was not just an album. It was a conversation between who Jennifer Hudson was and who she had become. A spiritual reset. A love letter to the people she lost, the people she still carries with her. She didn't chase trends. She didn't chase charts. She chased honesty. Every note was intentional. Every lyric carried weight. This wasn't music made to impress, it was music made to heal. Jennifer called it her most emotional project. Her most personal, her most sacred. So when the Grammy nomination arrived, she was already overwhelmed with gratitude. Already emotional. Already aware of how deeply this project had transformed her. Then she saw the date. Her mother's birthday. That's when the tears came. Jennifer Hudson believes in signs. She believes in presence. She believes that love doesn't disappear, transforms. This moment wasn't subtle. It wasn't small. It wasn't coincidence. It felt like love crossing worlds. Imagine her sitting there, reading the announcement, realizing the timing, sitting in silence as emotion washed over her. Gratitude, ache, peace, pride, love. It wasn't just validation, it was connection, it was closure. It was a beginning for someone who has lived through unimaginable loss. Moments like this don't feel random, they feel necessary. They feel healing. And that's why this moment mattered so deeply, not because of an award, but because of meaning. Because sometimes the greatest blessings don't arrive wrapped in glitter. They arrive wrapped in timing, memory, love, and in. That moment when her phone chimed with a nomination, Jennifer Hudson felt every bit of it. Every bit of it.